Hello and welcome to Bruce Springsteen Guitar Lessons. Hope you're all staying safe and well during these crazy times. Okay, so today's lesson is going to be an acoustic live version of Long Walk Home, and this is from the 14th of September 2016 Foxborough show. Thanks very much to patron David Pomfret for the request. Be sure to follow to the end of the video just in case I go through any parts that aren't in the walkthrough. So what I'll do now is play the whole song through and you'll see tab appear on the screen. Then I'll come back and break down all the individual parts. See you in a bit. Hello and welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that walkthrough. So now what we'll do is go through all the individual parts. Okay, so this song is in the key of A major, Capo, 2nd fret. Okay, so what we'll do first is go through the chords he uses. So we've got first is a G major. Now Bruce often plays this with just his third and his little fingers, and he's kind of resting the back of his third finger, ring finger, on the A string to block it out. And then pinky or little finger on the 3rd fret of the E string, of the 1st string. So that's G major, and then what we're going to do is an E minor. Now, based on the recording and also another live version I've seen on YouTube, if you just type in Long Walk Home live acoustic, it might even be around the time that this is the same tour, and actually a few days before in a different place. So I was watching him closely to see what he was doing, what sort of chord voices he was doing, picking, etc. So this is E minor, but with traditional E minor will be kind of just your middle, your third fingers on the second fret of the A and the D string. But here what we're doing is putting our little finger on the third fret of the first string. Okay, so that is E minor. Cool, and then we've got this really nice chord that Bruce uses quite a lot actually throughout the song, and also a lot of other songs as well. This is a D sus2 over F sharp, okay? So in the tab, actually what I'll do is put up the song structure up on the screen now. Again, I use song structures a lot to help kind of break down all the parts. These song structures will be in the description as well. Any chords in brackets just means there's more than one chord in that particular bar, okay? So hopefully you find that useful as well. Again, that'll be in the description. So yes, chord wise, D sus2 over F sharp. Fret wise, I actually play this with my first, second and fourth fingers. I think Bruce does the same, but you can easily do it with your first, second and third fingers as well. So second fret, sixth fret E string, middle finger, second fret G string, and then little finger, third fret B string. Again, they'll be called different things because of the capo. Yeah, so it will technically be an E sus2 over G sharp if you were to actually think about the chord, the actual chord that's being sounded. But we're going to focus on our normal chord voicings, but just with the capo there. Okay, so that's a D sus2 over F sharp, really awesome chord. And then we've got a G sus4 chord that he kind of plays. So what Bruce does is actually kind of interject between this G chord and the third and fourth fingers, and sometimes even in verses he'll put his first finger on this first fret of the B string, and that creates this really nice sound, a G sus4 chord. Okay, so that's the G sus4, and then you've got a C-add9 chord. Again, you can play it either with your first, second and third fingers, or second, third and fourth fingers. So fret wise here, from the A string, 3, 2, 0, 3, 0. That's C-add9. Really nice kind of chord there. D major, which is in the middle 8 section. So again, 0, 2, 3, 2. Root note on the D string. A minor 7 chord, which he also uses in the middle 8 section. So that's 0, 2 from the A string, 0, 2, 0, 1, 0. A C major, also in the middle 8 section. So think of it as a normal C chord, so 3, 2, 0, 1, but then we're also going to put our little finger on the third fret of the E string. Okay, and then also a final chord, right at the end of the song, there's only 2 bars of it, is a G-add9 chord, which is what he uses to finish off the song. It's just a really nice sounding chord. So for here, use your third finger, third fret E string. Again, block out that A string, but we're not playing it anyway. And then middle finger, second fret of the G string. Really nice sounding chord that. Of course, what we'll do is we'll go through the main picking pattern. Now, again, as I say in a lot of videos, Bruce, especially with live versions I found online and things like that, Bruce will change the picking pattern up occasionally. He might even do it, you know, by mistake sometimes, or intentionally. He'll change the dynamics, and he'll occasionally just play different strings just to mix it up. But generally, he has a kind of core pattern, and then he might play around with it. So feel free to use this core pattern, which is what I think he's doing most of the time. And then occasionally he'll change it up a little bit. So if you just take the G, for example, what we're going to do is going to play the low E string, and these are all quavers or eighth notes. So pretty much every bar has 8 quavers or eighth notes in the bar. Okay, so it's you're counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, so you're going to be playing 8 notes per bar. Okay, so take the G chord, you're going to go third fret E string, open D, open G, and then the E, B, G, D, and then G string. Okay, so I do that again. E, D, G, E, B, G, D, and then B at the end. So he tends to play the B as the last chord there. Okay, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Cool, so hopefully that kind of makes sense. So then basically what you've got, you're just going to change it up for the various different chords. Okay, so if you did the same thing with an E minor chord, you do exactly the same thing but with the E minor. And then the D sus2 over F sharp, for example. Okay, so it can be really nice and consistent with that picking pattern, but occasionally, instead of finishing on the B string, you can finish on the G string. So you could do, you could do, instead of going, and just, mix it up occasionally, that's what Bruce does live as well. Okay, so that's the main picking pattern. So let's go through the verse section. So really what we've got is 6 verses here. Again, cross-reference with the song structure, which will also be in the description. So all 6 verses are pretty much the same. He might occasionally put in an extra with the G bars. You might occasionally put in put his first finger on there to do a sus4, but generally it's the same thing. Okay, so you've got 6 verses, and the only difference really is in the 6th verse, you've got this extra bar of D sus2 over F sharp. So instead of 1, which you're going to have in all the other verses, you're going to have 2 at the end. Okay, so let me just go through the verse section. He's going to have 4 bars of G, 2 bars of E minor, 1 bar of G, and then 1 bar of D sus2 over F sharp. Okay, so let's show you that. That's 1, this is 2, 3, 4, E minor, G, D sus2 over F sharp. So really nice and simple, and just sounds great, really, because you've got these really nice sounding chords. Again, he's playing in big stadiums, you've got lots of reverb and things like that, but it just sounds great. Okay, so that's the main verse sections. So now what we'll do is we'll go through the chorus sections, okay? And again, I've seen another version online. I can't remember what show it was called, but it was a few days before this one. And he mixes up, plays around with this G sus4, the timing of it. But what I'll do is I'll show you what he seems to be doing most of the time. So for this first chorus, we'll do the first chorus. And what you're going to do, you're going to put the G sus, you're going to put your first finger on at the end of the bar. So you're going to do this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so do that again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so there's that extra subtle little change there that makes it sound really nice. Again, sometimes you might change up the picking pattern. Something like that. So you can play around with it as long as you've got those 8 quavers in a bar. And the rhythm's good and it makes sense, you're not overdoing it. Cool, so what you've got there, again, so we'll do the first chorus, you've got a G and the G sus4, which is basically where you put your first finger on. That bar's done 4 times, so 2, 3, 4, E minor, 2 bars, G, then D sus2 over F sharp. Cool, okay, so that's the first chorus. The second chorus, basically what you've got is you play an extra few chords here. So the second chorus, you've got the G sus to J sus4. We've got that 4 times. Same as before. Then E minor is done 4 times. C add 9 for 2 bars. Again, so picking pattern for that. Again, same sort of thing. But what we're doing here is we're going to go A, D, G, then skip to the E string. E, B, G, D, G. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That's the C add 9. 2 bars. G. D sus2 over F sharp. Cool, so just quickly play that second chorus again. again 4 bars of that E minor for 4 bars, C at 9 for 2 bars, G for 1 bar, D sus2 over F sharp for 1 bar. Cool, so really nice, really simple, but really effective. Okay, so that is the first chorus and the second chorus done. So now we're going to look at the third chorus. And in here, just in this particular live version, he just seems to play the G to G sus4, just the 1 bar instead of for 4 bars. Yeah, so it's pretty much the same. Okay, so I'll just go through the third chorus. So same as the second chorus I meant. So G to G sus4, and then 3 more bars of G. E minor for 4 bars. C at 9 for 2 bars. G for 1 bar. D sus2 of F sharp for 1 bar. Okay, and then let's have a look at the. So again, you can play around with that sort of G and G sus4 if you want. I'm sure different live versions. And I've seen another live version where it kind of plays around with the G sus4 like, in the intro. So he does that kind of just that as a bit of an extra, but he doesn't do it in this live version. So, okay, cool. So that is the chorus sections, and now what we're going to do is the middle 8 section. Okay, so here you've got 2 of the G sus4 bars. Oops. And then we're going to do D major for 2 bars. Again, so here we're just going to basically go up and down the chord. So D, G, B, E, B, G, D, and then finish on a G. So you've got those full 8 quavers, and 2, and 3, and 4, and then another bar of that. And then we have got, after that, you've got A minor 7. Then D major for 2 bars. So actually, yeah, so the D major, you're going to finish on the B like usual. A minor 7. D major. C major. D major. Of course, that's the middle 8 section, and then really all you've got. So sorry, you could use C major for the penultimate bar of that middle 8. So the C major with the little finger rather than the C add 9. Okay, so I'll just do that whole middle 8 section again, just one more time. D major, A minor 7. D major, C major, D major. Cool, so that's a middle 8 section. Again, something slightly different that will work really well. And now we've got the outro section. So the outro section, he kind of is slowing down here a little bit as well. So you've got G add 9. Again, you can play it with your first or second finger or your second and third. Which is an amazing chord. So here you're going to go third finger E string, and then open D, G, B, G, then you've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we'll go back to the E string here, it just sounds really nice. So E, D, G, B, G, D, E, D or G string at the end. Okay, so E, D, G, B, G, D, E, and then G at the end, and it kind of slows down, and it does at the end. Cool. So it's not too bad, this song. Again, no guitar solos. You know, it's just a nice stripped down version of the original. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Any questions or suggestions, comments, please leave in the comments section below. Give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, if you need to get access to tabs or guitar profiles, backing tracks, guitar solo videos, things like that, head over to patreon.com/Bruce Springsteen Guitar. The link is in the description as well if you wanted to get access to some of that stuff, or requests, song requests, things like that. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks again for David Pomfret for the requests, and I'll stay well, and I will see you next week. Cheers, bye.